It is a war going on right now as we speak, all right? It's not the kind of war that you think war is supposed to look like. It's a different kind of war. This is a revolution. Whether people want to deny it or not, it's in plain sight now that we are at war. Turn on your TVs. Go to the inner city. You'll see people rioting, people protesting, people looting. Just like as you would see in a movie. We are at war right now. Clearly, some things have to change. Clearly, the way we've been living has not been the right way to live. Clearly, the things that are in the dark have been brought to light. Clearly, we are at war. Thank God for George Floyd for stopping the coronavirus. And it just disappeared out the thin blue sky. It just disappeared. It no longer exists, according to the news. We're at a war right now with ourselves. Black lives matter. And I know a lot of people out there say all lives matter, which I agree with. But all lives can't matter until black lives matter also, okay? I'm a black guy. I'm from the African American culture. And I too, once upon a time, used to sense fear when it came to law enforcement. I don't know why. It's just something that's always probably been embedded into my subconscious mind. I don't know why. It's just something that's always been there because I've always seen injustice done to my culture. So black lives matter, okay? It's just been recently, I think that it's really hitting the fan. You know, people being killed in cold blood by law enforcement. It's just been recently broadcast to the point that now it's enough. It's enough now. It's enough. You know, we've been dealing with injustice. It's been going on for centuries and years and years and years and years. And now it's just the volcano has erupted. Okay? If you want to see equality in your life, if you want to live your dream, all right? If you want to continue to be able to get to where you got to go, where there don't have to be any glass windows holding you down, telling you you can't do it because you a woman. You can't do it because you black. No, you can't come to this gathering and protest with us because you white. If you want things to change to the point you are able to do what you want to do, we have to take close consideration of these times that we're living in right now in order to manifest the future to where the future will be equality, to where the future will be paved out for everybody to enjoy life, for everybody to be able to have financial freedoms. There's so much money being printed out right now. It's enough money for everybody to probably be rich. But that's a day that probably never will ever come, because we have been living in a world where it's all about the status quo, you know, where it's only a certain select few people who actually have the privilege to be able to enjoy this type of lifestyle. Okay. Me personally, I wish I would have had some opportunities that a lot of people that I see have had. I wish that I could just magically get my way to different levels, to the top. I wish it was set up like that. But the systematic way of living was not set up like that. But now it must change. Now it must change for the better, the greater good of even black lives. I grew up in a neighborhood full of black people. I remember being at the corner store and seeing people sell drugs as I was walking back home because I wanted to go get me a soda to drink. I remember helicopters flying over my house at nighttime because people were killing each other while I was asleep. I remember police being in the new neighborhood that I just moved into. As soon as me, my mama, and my brother moved into this new neighborhood we thought was gonna be the best neighborhood ever, somebody was holding somebody hostage in one of the apartments. The whole neighborhood was flooded with police. I remember those days. Privileges don't come to everybody. But if we want to make the world a better place, if you're trying to make yourself better so that you can make other people's lives better and we can make the world a better place, you got to realize where there is oppression. And where there is oppression, it must be fixed. It must change in order for the world to have a smooth way of operating, for the world to be able to know that everybody has equal opportunity. We got to be able to clean up places that have oppression. We got to be able to help people that's not able to help themselves. That's what I do my job for. Every day I get on here to help people. I get on here to help the whole world awaken, to wake up. I'm a star seed. I've always known that I was different from everybody else. But once again, I was never given the opportunities that I know that a lot of people have. All lives matter. I'm for everybody. I love everybody. I love all walks and races and cultures and creeds and religions of people. I love everybody. It ain't nobody that Trenius don't love. But I have to say, being black in America, for me, has always been a struggle. Always. And when I say always, I mean always. I never knew why. I never tried to blame anybody. I never tried to say it's his fault, it's her fault, it's my mama's fault, it's my daddy's fault, it's my family fault. I never tried to say anything like that. Because I believe that in taking responsibilities for my own actions. I don't believe in pointing fingers. So I'm saying that all to say this. We are at war. And this is not a war where two sides are against each other. This is a war with ourselves. Are we gonna sit back and let these false systems that were in place continue to control us, continue to hold us bound, continue to show us that we are separate, that we are divided? Are we gonna still let the same leaders that's been in leadership all these years, throughout all history, the same leaders in leadership, are we going to continue to vote more of them in office? Or are we going to say, you know what, it's time for a change. It's time to do something different, man. It's time for a new type of culture of people to control some things. What about the Asians, man? You know, what about them? What about the Latinos, man? What about having a Latino president? What about having a woman president, for God's sake? It's time for changes to be made if we want to live in this new world. The universe is calling for change. The universe is trying to show us, listen, y'all got to make some changes here. Because if we can keep repeating the same old traditional things that have been going on for years and years and years, We are headed for destruction. It's a war going on. We are at war with ourselves. It's time for people to wake up. No matter what race you is, it's time for you to wake up and say, you know what? I have privileges that these people don't have. I need to recognize that. I need to help that situation. Okay? I need to help my brother, help my sister get to their destination as well as me getting to my destination. That's the only way we're going to make it, is if we help each other. Black lives matter. Black people, you got to realize that the person that's of the same color as you, okay, they more than likely in the same position as you, until we make a great change, until people are able to come together and say, listen, we got to do this thing together. We got to make it work for all of us, okay? Until we are able to say that, the things are never going to change. It's going to always be the same. There will always be race wars. There will always be violence. There will always be people in the streets getting murdered. Everybody will always be confused. You will always have people in government who don't know what they're doing. You don't like the rules that they're making. It's going to always be a struggle, like I've always dealt with my whole entire life. So you be the judge. Speak up, let your voice be heard. Leave a comment below and let me know what you think about this video. Woo! I can feel the great positive energy. Turn the AC on. Trenius is hot right now. Reflections, starseed. We living in a starseed world. Because divine powers are always working for us because we're doing right. If this video resonated with you, make sure you share it and give it a thumbs up. Invest into yourself. Add to your universal bank account by sharing this video with somebody who you know that wants the world to be a better place. So make sure you click my face icon right there. Subscribe. Yeah, I used to have hair, but I cut it. Trying to switch it up. I made a change. I made a change. I saw something was the same, and I just switched it up, and I made a change. That's what I did. New hairstyle, baby. Wow. Check out one of my other videos right here. I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Much love.